We are live. Yay. Wait, no. Is this the right? Okay. Hello, everybody. This is
Hello.
nightMargin. Oh, my. Hello. Already a follow. Thank you. And, I'm waiting on Chi to call me. I should probably also make a social media post about it. Yeah. Hi. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the waiting room while you're waiting for me to answer questions. Hi, what's up? Yeah, mm, okay, I know Chi's gonna call me anytime now. Let me just make a post on Twitter and then also tweet it on the margin Twitter. Deal with, yeah. Yep, it'll be. I'll give it about 10 minutes before I start answering questions, give or take. So I'll give people some time to come in. All right, Dropbox, Twitch. Let me find my overlays. Not overlays, promos. Q and A starting now.
Are you gonna join the call?
Did you join the call?
Oh, she's in the call.
Oh, she's in the call.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna call me. Okay. Wait, that is not the right one. Hello, Chi.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay. Oh, hey, I see your little guy. Okay, come on.
Wahoo, yes.
All right. Oh dear. Shoot. Technical difficulties. Discord is not. Yeah, Discord is not coming out of my. Yeah, Discord is not coming out of my headphones. It is coming out of my speakers, and I'm only recording my headphones right now. Come on, Discord. Don't be a stinker. Don't be a little stinker right now. Soundboard widget. Where is that thing? Oh gosh. It's in my user settings. I could never get used to this thing. Voice and video. Input, output device.
Should I be in the call or?
Yeah, should you be in a call? You don't have an avatar. Okay.
Because it's the Q&A stuff.
It is the Q&A, yes. I have a copy of the question on hand, by the way. So
Yep.
everything.
I will be
Make
asking
your
them.
guy a
I
little
don't
bigger.
have a
Gur is
set
just the
order.
invisible voice in the background. All right, I'll make your little guy a little. Yeah, that's is that size good? Let me know.
Are you on stream now?
Wait, 1 second. Let me put my headphones on. I put it on
That's
backwards.
AP.
What's up?
G.
Oh, yeah, we're on stream now.
Yes, we are on stream.
Okay, that makes sense.
We've been on stream for a while. We've been on stream since 8 sharp.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering where you guys were at. Anyways, we're good. Yes, I have the questions available.
Okay.
I don't know the exact order we want to do them because I separated them by category. It might make sense to go through each category one by one.
Oh yeah, I think that works. All right. I'm also gonna share it on my margin Twitter. Oh goodness. Now it's logged me out of the margin Twitter. Come on, please. Twitter or X, I guess. Hey, it's called X because it's X Twitter because it used to be Twitter.
Formerly
Okay.
Twitter.
Formerly Twitter.
Formerly Twitter.
Formerly Twitter. Yes, Gur is just the ominous voice in the sky. You should make yourself a Fuji avatar too sometimes, Gur.
Well, does mine trigger the cheese avatar?
I don't think. No.
No, it only triggers your minds.
Yeah, it's through Discord, so it's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, but so it recognizes that it's
Yes.
only Chi talking then, I guess?
Yes, because
Yeah.
Fuji
see.
is connected to your Discord, so it recognizes which Discord user is talking during the call because it uses the magic of modern technology. All right, I'm gonna retweet that on my margin. The margin.
Yeah.
No, I put it in the Discord because I pinged it in the news again just so people knew it was now. I might also put it in the one OSDS Discord.
So, Chi, I didn't see your reply, but am I also answering questions from the chat, or is it?
So yeah, for anyone who have questions in the chat, we will be going to any of those if we have time after we go through all the questions we've already compiled.
Gotcha. All
Yeah.
right. So
Before, yeah. Before we start, when I laid down a few ground rules for everybody here, we went through a vast majority of the questions. A lot of people asked similar questions, so we did combine a few together. So just keep that in mind if you're wondering where your specific question is at. Some people were asking like certain specific things that we'll lump together into one answer. Um, and we are not able to answer every question. So if your question's not covered, that's why. Yeah, as I mentioned before, if you have a question in the chat, we'll get to this after we get through all of these. These are like 7 pages worth of questions. Quite a lot across Twitter, Kickstarter, and Discord.
Oh my, a lot of people showed up. Jeez.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. Hello.
Yeah, I just
Hi.
like broadcasted on the different Discord, like on the OSDS and the Margin one, so people should be coming in now that they're getting the notification.
I am nightMargin. The little kitty here is she, and the disembodied voice is Gur. Gur, you want an icon? Serious?
You can do you have an icon? You get like a penguin. I'm not penguin.
What you want to be a penguin? You want to be?
I could
chat
be a
box should be
penguin.
a chat box. I'll put the alert box. Wait, is it funnier to have the alert box in front of the chat box or behind the chat box?
Or wait, you have like the folder full of Marlows. You can put a Marlow, I guess.
Sure. I mean, gosh. Hello. Okay. Hi. Yes, we're still waiting for people to come in. Hello, everybody. A folder of Marlow.
I know you
I don't.
one or
I don't think you have like a
You have
transparent image of Marlow, do you? Wait,
maybe not.
Wait, I think I made one for you like a long time ago. Hi guys, we're still trying to figure out some technical, not difficulties, but we're trying to figure out how to. Oh wait, new source. Grr. I'm pretty sure we have you. Okay, here we go. Oh God, you are.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, that is a
That's
large. That is
perfect.
a very large grr. Yes, don't mind me. Oh gosh, do I have room for all of y'all?
Just make it small.
Okay. Alright, do you have room for all of y'all? Okay. You can. Goodness. Wait, I'll make it work. Alright. I'll make myself a little smaller too. Oh gosh, because at first.
Slightly to the right.
Yes. Slightly to the right. I will do that after. Okay. There we go. And now, Grr.
Tiny girl.
Gur, you are in the bag because you're in the bag because you're on your laptop, and also you're not reactive, so you're fine. Let's just scoot us a little closer. It's like pretend that we like each other. Hello. There we go. How's that? Hello. Thank you for all the follows. All right, let me just make sure that everything looks perfect. Is our 10 minutes up yet? Nope. Still 7 minutes. Hello, everybody. And I posted everything on Twitter, so everything should be good. Hi. Hello. Welcome. I hope you are prepared for an unforgettable luncheon.
I am ready.
Yes. All right. So, who's reading out all the questions? Will it be me because I have them in front of me, or is Chi gonna go through them one by one?
I think I'll go through them one by one. So
Okay.
I guess I'll be like the moderator for this.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, at least that was what I imagined we would be doing.
All right.
Hopefully you get the answers right. She will judge the answers.
Yeah, you can grade me on a scale of 1 to 10 how good I got the questions.
Okay.
And then
Sure. And how's audio balance, by the way? Is everyone's voice okay? Audio sounds fine? Okay. I'm gonna move closer to the mic. Until I get my mic arm, this will be my temp solution. I'm just gonna put my face right in. I was actually gonna set up a mic arm for this stream, but I'm missing some peripherals, so I got those ordered. Maybe they'll be used for the next stream. Because feels slightly quiet, huh? I'm being as loud as I can. Let me just scoot it up a little more. Oh god, now it's going to the red. That's not good.
Is there anything in the Discord source or like in the OBS or Streamlabs source to boost it up, or is it?
Nope, this is as much as I can do, sir.
I see.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Let me turn the gain on a little more. Hello. Hello?
hello.
Hello? Oh gosh, that's too much. Hello. Okay, I think I mean, it looks like my volume is pretty. Oh gosh, it keeps going into the red. Please.
You're definitely louder than earlier.
Okay, yeah, because I turned on the gain a bit more, but now it's going into the red more, and I'm concerned. Hello.
I think people can still hear it.
Okay.
It should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. 8:09. What do you think? Hi everyone. Have we accumulated enough friends?
I think we are ready.
We are ready. All right. Let's go. Come at me.
Yeah.
This is like.
Oh yeah. But so. Again, we're going to be going through by categories. There's a few just to break it down.
Sure.
We're going to be going through questions concerning gameplay first. Questions concerning character-specific stuff. Like specific questions people had about characters. Questions about the game's aesthetic and music. Question and inspirations as well. Questions about development. And then questions about the Kickstarter. And then there's miscellaneous questions after that. So there's quite a bit to go through.
Poggers.
Yes. Great. People are asking questions that I will tell you right now will be answered in this Q&A. So, cool. All right. So let's start. Gameplay questions.
Gamers.
Yeah, let's go. Refract React as I'm inexperienced in both dream exploration and virtual gardening, but I do love a good story. Would I be okay traveling through the world of Margin of Strange?
Sure, it probably won't kill you.
I think that question was directed towards like the gameplay. Like if you're more of like a person who likes playing story-based games, like do you think you could still enjoy the game ignoring all the like gardening and
Like how many hours of Stardew do you need logged in order to start playing this game?
Well, I know Stardew kind of just drops you in without any like real tutorials and stuff, and you just kind of go in, right? So we're still like workshopping that, I guess. Like how much hand-holding or tutorial like should it be, or how much freedom we want to give people. I want to go for like a happy medium, because this isn't. We're not trying to like recreate Stardew Valley here. We just have some gardening and life sim mechanics.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely more narratively focused based off of my understanding of it. So
it's more narrative, and it's not gonna be on rails as one shot, but I would still say it's like at least 70% narrative.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, gnome. Thank you for the gnome.
All right.
Hey,
But a lot of people
nightMargin.
have been asking these set of questions, so I'll go one by one. Mystical Plat and many others ask, would it be similar to One Shot where you can manipulate the system?
Sorry,
using-
TTS.
Support a great developer
What's up?
team.
Someone.
Also, Dudley Zoom Triant 1 Dudley Z.
I didn't hear the text to speech.
Yes, text to speech. Sorry. All right. Thank you. Sorry. Everyone was kind of talking at once. Like, I'm kind of. All right. So the next question is, would it be similar to One Shot where it can manipulate the system you're using? My real question is, would you like that? Would anyone like that? Because One Shot is sort of a gimmicky game, wasn't it? Like, it has this like main gimmick of like, oh, it talks to your computer, and like, of course, it made sense for that world. But I feel like if we use the same gimmick twice, it would lose its impact, and two, it would kind of paint us as this one-trick pony, wouldn't it? What do you guys think?
Yeah, we kind of already did that with One Shot.
I knew people.
Yeah, I think it's the kind of thing where if we want to do stuff like that, it has to really make sense for the moments we're doing in the game, and exactly how we want to execute it. So we can't really promise anything. It's not a thing we've been seriously considering for the game.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
So,
that is what she said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's another question that's kind of similar, like will there be goofy shenanigans in Margin, just like in One Shot? So yeah, that also answers that question too. We don't exactly have like concrete plans for similar mechanics to that because we want to do our own thing, but we're not saying no, and we don't want to say anything if the answer was actually yes anyways, because then that would just
exactly.
Mechanic where Ling doesn't wake up until 9 a.m. and goes to bed at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, and in case when they mean goofy shenanigans, as in in another way, I will say that Margin is probably going to be a lot funnier than One Shot, just because One Shot's writing was kind of bare bones. Like it was, I would consider it to be like really rushed because we didn't have much time to focus on anything not the main plot. So it didn't leave me time to write many jokes, which is very sad.
Yeah, there's a lot of personality in the characters. I feel
Yes.
already
Yeah.
in this game,
Oh,
and you also have to focus a lot more on spending time with them.
yeah.
So I think you'll, in terms of goofy shenanigans in that sense, yeah.
Yes. Many goofy shenanigans to be had. All right. So
Yeah.
any
Next
other-
question. Yalaha Ovo and many others ask, and I mean a lot of people have asked this question. How long is the game approximately planned to be?
Infinite if we reach the stretch goal.
Okay, ignoring the endless mode stretch goal, how long would it be?
Well, probably at least twice as long as One Shot. Is my current approximation, maybe longer.
So you're thinking like 10 plus hours?
Yes, something like that.
See, in my head it'd be like around 8+, but yeah.
Yes. Oh, I mean, One Shot is 8+, if you count Solstice, and One Shot is a tiny game compared to Margin.
Yes, I feel like one shot with Solstice would be a little shorter, but
Yeah, One Shot was tiny.
our console games are really finicky, you know, because
Mm.
you really don't know when in development. Like for some projects we worked on, we'd be like, oh, it would take like 15 minutes for people to play for everything, and then they actually take like over an hour. So
Yeah, right?
yeah. So depending on how this goes, either some people are going to be like, wow, this game is a lot longer than you said it'd be. I spent like tons of hours in this, or I finished this game like as quickly as I did with One Shot. There's no way of knowing
Yeah.
right now since we're still early in dev, but
Yeah.
I do think the length is going to be longer than One Shot based off of what we're doing. So
Yeah, like, because One Shot only had, like, what, 3 major worlds? Margin has, a lot more than that.
yeah,
Like 6 or so, or
What? Well, there's 6 weeks, but each weeks have
6
different.
weeks.
Yeah, each week
Yeah.
has different worlds going on. So okay, let's see now. Will you be able to attack things other than plants? Will there be fights?
yeah. As asked by Mega Villain.
That is yes. That is act by. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Did
I'm
not mean
supposed to
to.
be asking the questions here.
Yes,
You're good.
you're supposed to be asking the questions. Okay, so attack things other than plants. Right now we haven't planned much for it. Like it's, I'm not sure if it's in the scope. And like I feel sometimes like if you shoehorn combat into a system that is not designed for combat, it could work, but it also feels a little clunky, right? So we'll have to like I'm definitely like not against it if we can find an opportunity for it.
Yeah. The way they were designed, they're designed in mind of being tools for gathering and not necessarily tools for combat. So, because I remember when we were working early, like in development, you described a lot of the tools kind of similar to Animal Crossing, like how you use tools in Animal Crossing.
Minecraft,
and
actually.
in Unity. Yeah. So I don't exactly think we would be developing combat, but you know, we'll see.
Although
are you
Minecraft
gonna
does
look
have
to fling
combat.
a gun?
That is tempting. He's the gunslinger. Haha, get it, get it, get it.
All right. Adriana of Peranini, sorry if I butchered that name wrong, asks, do you recommend playing One Shot before playing Margin of the Strange if you've never played it, or perhaps play One Shot after playing Margin of the Strange?
Oh, there's no order. There's no order. You can play it whenever. You can play anything. You can like play halfway through One Shot, drop it, play Margin, etc., etc. It might be a little confusing, but you know, there's no real order to things.
Are you implicating the game standalone or not? That's my question.
Oh,
I think
yes,
people
it-
are asking this question are asking if you need to play like the other game first.
Oh no, absolutely not. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
they
is
are.
not a one-shot sequel. It's a spiritual successor, but it's not a sequel.
Okay. Snow Cream asks, will the game include psychological horror elements?
Okay, you have to define a psychological horror. Is because when you think of psychological horror, you think of like something like Silent Hill 2, right? And that answer is no. Ling did not kill his own wife.
Spoilers.
Wow. I think when they're going at psychological horror, they're probably asking like, is there elements of like horror that are like designed not necessarily for the sake of like kind of gore or like
Right.
intense like spookiness, but like being like surreal, like
Okay,
surreal horror.
so in
Style
that
horror.
So in that case, so you know how like sometimes you watch like videos of black holes and stuff and you get like really scared because
I don't.
you don't watch videos of black holes for fun?
I don't know if this is a universal experience.
Universal experience.
Yes.
Universal. But yes, so I mean, I feel like enough people watch these weird, fucked up space videos, and it makes you think about a lot of stuff, you know. So I don't know.
But I think
Depends on
there's
your.
people who might just watch that and be like, "Ooh, science."
Yeah, I mean, it depends on your definition of horror, of course. Space scares me.
Hello.
Hello. Maybe some things will scare you too. I don't know. This.
Will there be any jump scares in Margin?
How about this? I'll put in a jump scare just for you.
Oh God! Don't do that. You kill me.
Was that a challenge?
I wouldn't
Was that a
survive.
challenge? Was that a challenge?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to the next question. We're still on gameplay. There's plenty of gameplay.
Like
questions.
horror is so subjective, you know. But
Yeah.
like, because technically, sorry, go on. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I was about to move on to the next question. Do you still have thoughts on horror content?
Oh
in the
yeah,
game?
just a little bit. Oh, just like horror is so subjective, you know. Like technically, not even Yumeniki is considered to be a horror game. Technically, so it's kind of scary though.
Uniki's extremely a horror game, I think.
Really?
I think it is. Then again,
I mean, it was. Sorry, go on.
I have a very specific standard of like what I consider horror, so
Yeah, like it just depends on what you think scary. What do you think is scary? Like some people don't even think the base game of Outer Wilds is scary, and oh man, like you remember how I couldn't sleep after we went to the Ember Twin.
oh yeah, that's pretty
Right. All right. Anyway, moving on now.
What's scary about Ember Twin?
It was it was dark, and
Yeah.
you keep hearing the sound of your own breathing, and there's this magical blue rock that makes weird noises and teleports.
Outer Wilds is basically every phobia ever. So
Yeah, right?
That kind of doesn't help a lot too. So
But people don't consider it to be a horror game. But yeah. Anyway,
I
moving
don't
on now.
consider it to be a horror game.
Tangent over. Moving on.
Cool. Ben asks, I'm curious, there seems to be an overworld of sorts while you're awake. Will we explore that much, or will the majority of the game happen in lean streams?
Of course, you explore the overworld, waking world. Or we
Yes,
call it
the
the
waking-
waking world. Yeah,
We
there's
call it the
like
Waking World.
that's where most of the people are.
You will be exploring it. It's a part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's there. Yes.
All right. Let's now let's.
Next question.
How big
Many
are-
have asked, and I mean a lot of people, how big are the worlds? Are they about the size of Yumeniki's worlds? Are they all big in detail? Does it vary?
So
There's a different variants of that. Yeah.
So yes, we are actually currently workshopping that right now. We're starting with the size of a Yumeniki world, about give or take, and then we slowly trim it down and like kind of shape it. Because like Yumeniki's worlds are big, but they're so big and so like kind of directionless. Oh, sorry, oops, wrong phase. Directionless that like it kind of drives you insane after a while, especially if you're not familiar with that type of game.
Is that like ads are currently running for people? Does that? I don't know a question to block that people.
Oh shoot!
Or-
Yeah. Are ads running? Okay, shoot. It's not ad running for me. Yeah.
It wouldn't run for the streamer, and it doesn't run for me, I guess. If you
Yeah,
get
it does.
those-
It does
yeah.
not tell me when an ad runs, which is really annoying. Wait. Maybe I
Yeah.
need to go to the creator dashboard. Here, let me. Okay.
In regards to the question that I think the ad break hit, it was the question about the size of the world. So
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Maybe- Okay. Yeah, it says ad starting in 32 minutes. We good. Okay. So like I was saying, hello to new person. All right. So we typically start out our map about the size of a Yumeniki world, which is about 100 tiles by 100 tiles wide by 100 tiles. Words. I can't words today. Like around 100 by 100 tiles. So that's pretty big, and then we like play test it and trim it down as needed, because Yumeniki's maps, goodness gracious, Yumeniki's maps are pretty big, and then it's easy to get lost in, especially for people not familiar with the whole YNFG Yumeniki fan game genre. And does anyone know how to mute the Streamlabs thing?
What Streamlabs thing?
Because I get like a hello alert for every new follow, which is sorry, just like too many voices going on at once. I can't think very well, So I'm
Oh
just
yeah, you
wondering.
might need to.
Yeah,
You might need to mute it in Streamlabs then.
I would like to mute it for myself, but not for the stream.
Well, I
You know
mean, you
what?
probably want to mute for the stream too, because they can't hear you
Ah,
over the
right.
hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shoot. That is something not I have not thought about.
That is so many hellos.
Hello. Okay. Hi. Okay. So yes, I will. I will mute the hellos just for this stream. Let me figure out how to do that. Actually, sorry. That is not something I have thought about. Dismiss dashboard. Because yeah, I think it's talking over me right now. Night margin of the streaming. All right. Alert box. Skip. No tutorial. General settings. Alert delays. Yeah, I do not know how to do this at all.
I wish I was there to help. I am sorry.
Yeah, it has like alert delay, like alert passes, profanity filters, nothing when it comes to volumes.
You would probably have to tweak that on Streamlabs itself.
Yeah.
I am on Streamlabs itself.
But
Oh, I mean the client, not the like web page.
The client.
Yes.
What's a client? Oh, you mean the software?
I don't. If you're using Streamlabs OBS, I don't know exactly how that's set up. But you would want to change the audio of like other fiends, I guess. I don't know exactly.
Control audio via Streamlabs desktop. Okay. Oh. Hi. I think I found it. Yay!
Okay.
There we go.
Everyone can still hear us, right? Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think everyone can hear us now, but the penguin has been silenced. I'm sorry, penguin. Let's F in the chat for penguin. F in the chat for penguin. He's been silenced.
Yeah, sorry, Penguin. Okay, so sorry for that. We're gonna resume the question. So going back to the question, just to repeat, because people likely missed it through the ad,
Yes.
the ad break. How big are the worlds? Are they about the size of Yume Niki's worlds? Are they all big in detail? Does it vary?
Yes. So as I was saying, oh goodness gracious. Okay. As I was saying, the worlds in Yumeneki are about. This is my third time answering this question. So the worlds in Yumeneki about 100 by 100 tiles, right? So they're pretty big, and they're also very confusing. So we start our maps about that size, but then we trim it down. Like we play test it and we trim it down into a size that I feel like is more reasonable. Let's say, and because like. People who are not familiar with the Yumeniki fan game genre might have a hard time navigating these kind of worlds. So, like, we do want to make it, like, a bit more accessible for people who are not familiar with the genre. Does that answer the question?
I think that's a solid answer. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Joshua Met asks, how ambitious is Margin of the Strange compared to One Shot?
I think we already answered this question, kind of. Regarding to length? Yes, very
Well,
much
length,
so.
length is not exactly.
Yeah, length is a bit
like-
different.
Okay.
It can be a little bit different.
So very much
Yeah.
so. Like so One Shot was made on a team of like 3 people. Normally, only 2 people are working on it at the time. And Margin's team is like fast. I think it's fast approaching 10 now. Not all of those people are like full time or like. Actually, I don't think right now. Like, I think right now only I'm the one full time on this. Like most of the people don't work on it in a full capacity.
Right.
Okay, but still, like the team is a lot bigger than it is for One Shot. We got more people, more art. I just, it's a lot more ambitious, and that's why we need a budget now.
Yeah, and not just in terms of scope, but in terms of gameplay mechanics, there's definitely more things they're doing in the game as well. So, because One Shot mechanically, apart from like the unique puzzles with the computer, is mechanically speaking a pretty typical adventure game. But we do have lots of different systems and stuff. Like since it does have farming stuff, there is like an economy, right? There's crafting, there's stuff like that. So I think what you're looking at for this kind of game mechanically is that it's definitely a lot wider than One Shot.
There's money. Okay, someone
There's
asked.
money.
Someone asked who's Gur. Gur is the Okay, this is gonna be confusing. Gur is the producer. Chi is also the producer. Chi is like the marketing, public-facing producer. Gur is like the internal producer. But he's also transitioning to programmer because we met the Kickstarter goal that will allow him to quit his day job.
Yes.
Yes.
I also do other programming fiends too sometimes. Cool. Maniacal Anxiety asks, are there any plans for post-release content like how there was Solstice and One Shot?
Depends. Oh, sorry. Let me think for a bit. Let me think if I could answer this. Okay. Okay. So I guess for now I could just answer that like So
I mean,
Okay. Yes. It'll depend on if we get there, I guess. Stretch goal wise, because like Solstice was like Solstice was kind of made as like a sequel for One Shot, but it was kind of also like rushed and last minute, and also we weren't working on a budget at all. So like this time we would like to make some. Yeah, like it'll depend on how much budget we have, because this is a much larger game.
Yeah.
I think part of it with Solstice was also just like we ran out of time to put Solstice in the main update, right?
Yeah, I mean that was also when we made the decision to like just bundle the sequel into the main game, because I didn't want to be stuck making a sequel.
I see.
All right.
Okay. Jumping in next. Life asks, and this is also tangentially related to another question asked by Cloak999. Will we be able to change Lean's outfit for the journey, or will it stay the same from start to finish? Cloak's question asks a similar thing, but also asks about the garden, like if you can change the visual look of the garden.
I'll answer the garden question first. So the garden is kind of like, it's a little complicated. It's lots of things going on already. So I'm not sure if like adding more things would just like slow down the gameplay or something. With that said, I do want like some degree of customization, maybe for like an isolated area. No promises yet, but that sounds like it could be very fun. And as for outfits, he probably just stick with the same outfit. Maybe a couple of different ones like to like indicate cutscenes and stuff. But it's not gonna be Stardew Valley where you have like tons of different clothes that you could wear, because Link has a lot of animations.
Yeah, the player isn't going to be able to change the outfit, basically.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Multiple choice for story events that leads to more than one ending. Again, this is another question that is very contingent on if we can make that stretch goal or not.
Yeah. Repeating the question, will there be...
Oh, sorry.
Joey asks, will there be multiple choices for story events that eventually lead to one ending? Yeah, we don't necessarily have the scope locked in for that, since right now we're focused on a specific version of the game. But that's not a no, and that's not a yes. So
basically, more money, make things happen. More money, make more game. Basic economics. All right. Will there be fishing mechanics in the game? I have definitely thought about it, and I do have an idea for it. I'll just need to see like if it's in scope, if it fits. But
I don't think we presently have fishing plans, so that's the kind of thing that would have to be done if we like have time to implement.
Yeah, that's like a farming staple, right? Yeah. So like just like it would be a fun thing, but like right now it's like our game is not ride or die on fishing mechanics. Oh, will Margin have an auto masher? I see it. Oh, sorry.
Yes. Laveri's question specifically is like having an auto text skip. Well, like, will we be able to skip text in a one shot?
I see this one's for the speedrunners.
Yeah, that's the speedrunner.
That probably, definitely. What do you think, Ger?
Do we have one right now? I thought we had one.
We sort of have one, yeah. You can quickly skip text by holding a key, but it will not like insta skip it, right? So, yeah.
Doesn't it insta skip? I thought it was more or less instant.
It's just really fast. I handled the programming for that. So last I remember, it just handles it really, really quickly. Yeah.
Because I mean I think that's basically how the one shot one does it too, right?
Yes. I think similar. I haven't seen if that's changed since. I just remember it being really fast, and then I remember for Margin, I sped it up really quickly, just to help with the pacing of the dialogue and not necessarily for speed reasons, but you can skip it pretty quickly if you just hold like a two combinations of keys, something like that. So Nika asks, would there be a 100% reward for doing everything in the game?
Like a Steam achievement or something?
Or maybe
I assume like an in-game reward.
yeah,
Oh, I
like a
thought
special hats.
like let's see. Will there be 100 reward for sorry, that's another much to think about, because it would be cool, but also if you do everything, does it incentivize hidden things? Or shoot, it does incentivize you to find more hidden things, but then like just the knowledge that something is hidden is kind of gives it away its existence, doesn't it? So I don't know. What do you guys think?
I wouldn't do it. That's just me.
Okay.
You wouldn't put 100% bonus.
I would do 100% achievement, not 100% bonus though.
What's
it's like
what's the
You're
difference?
not gonna give Ling a gun if you get 100%.
no,
Oh
the
my God.
100% bonus should be all of us trapped in a room and you freed us.
What's 100% achievement versus bonus?
Like a platinum achievement. So if you get every achievement, but that doesn't mean you 100% the game. That I actually tend to prefer personally.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, like a bonus versus achievement is like, it's like how, imagine if you know like the 800 dash challenge in Hyper Light Drifter.
Yeah.
Now that like unlocks a cape or something.
Right.
So like an achievement would just be, imagine if there was no cape, it just gave you the Steam achievement. Whereas the bonus is because you get the cape as well.
I think you get a Steam achievement too.
Well, yeah, you do get a Steam achievement too, but like the
Yeah,
bonus would be like there's something in game that you get, not just the achievements.
yeah, so the question is if we will give a bonus in game.
So if we had one, what would it be?
I want to know.
That's part of the question. Yes, well, kind of part of the question. You wouldn't have to say it outright as part of the question, but
I think the answer we have here is we do not presently know.
Yes, we do not know.
Yes. Ask us later, or maybe wait till the game's done. Joe Pro asks, can you go game over or die in margin? Can Ling die, even though he's already dead?
again,
Oh, dang it. Can you go game over? There are fail conditions, I'll give you that.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Okay.
There's fail conditions. That's all the gameplay questions we have compiled prior to the stream. So we're gonna move on to the next section. Character questions. The first one's gonna be a little difficult because it's an image primarily.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I'm trying to pull it up in my side. I'm trying to cut it. Gosh, I'm trying to copy the image into Sai, and Sai wouldn't let me paste it because Sai is stupid. Sir. All right. Do I have to take a screenshot? Do I have to take?
you
a
might
screenshot?
have to take a
Yes,
screen.
I'll
Or
take a screenshot.
yeah, because Google Docs don't let you do that. Yeah. So.
Oh, screw you, Google Docs. All right, let me just copy this into the file that I have prepared for this stream. Oh, Blako left me. Bye, Blako. All right. And let me just switch over to this. Okay.
Yes, everybody, it's the hoodie question. So Ball asks, which version is correct?
Which
of these
version?
three?
oh, the hoodie question.
The
I
hoodie
saw this
question.
one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see now. I think this is probably it. There we go. Yeah, he wears like layers.
So it's number 2
Yes.
with the
It's number
short
2.
sleeved hoodie.
You have your question answered, Ba.
Okay.
You're welcome. All right, that's it for that question. We shouldn't need any more pictures for now. So
Oh gosh. Okay, cool.
you can revert to the layout. Cool. Vikonora asks, what are the height and weights of the main characters? Do you have this on the top of your head? Do you happen to notice?
Like the little butterflies or like the little moths?
I think just the main cast.
Like Ling,
Define the main
Amaranth.
cast.
The characters we have. I guess we can only answer this question for the characters we have presently revealed. So
Okay.
that'd be Lane Amaranth, would be Nil, and it would also be I don't know how to pronounce the other character. Sorry. Ariadne.
In
Ariadne.
Ariadne?
Ariadne. Yeah.
Okay. So are we talking about Earth gravity? Are we talking about margin gravity? Are we talking about, you know?
I'm
was-
gonna assume when they asked that question, they were referring to what we understand from like Earth measurements and gravity and physics.
Okay.
Yeah, like what, how tall, how much they weigh, I think, is that like what we're asking?
Alright. So, so for the little butterflies, or for the moths, I'm actually not sure. Because they are made from a different material than we are.
Are they 3 apples tall and 5 apples in weight?
Honestly, kind of, yeah. Like there's like a image of them on the Kickstarter, like the stretch goal art that kind of shows you how big they are. So they are a bit bigger than like moths, as in the animal. They're like fairies. They're like Tinkerbells.
They're big enough that Lean would not be able to crush them. Like,
Yes.
let's put it that way.
Yes.
Yeah, they're big.
Ling would not be able to eat them.
Link could try.
Why would he eat them? They don't even taste good.
How else will Ling survive?
That is a subjective opinion.
Anyway, hi.
As for the main characters, like the human characters, do you happen to know that answer, or is that something you
I
don't
would
want
say
to answer?
I would say Ling is like average height. And
Define average.
I'm not sure. Average Asian guy, I guess.
That's pretty short.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like
I don't.
he's like
I
between.
don't.
He's like under 6 foot and over 5'5". Somewhere in that range.
Okay.
And then at least in the waking world, he doesn't weigh a lot because he's recently resurrected. So he's kind of fighting for his life.
What about Amaranth?
Amaranth is a bit shorter than him. She's like she's about 16, 17 years old, but she's like pretty short for her age.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see what other human characters do we reveal? Are these the only two humans?
Those are the only 2 humans we've name dropped, I think.
Okay.
Everyone would know other characters from previous versions of the story, but we can't not comment on
Yeah.
this.
Okay. I mean, we'll be here for a while, so let's just move on.
Yeah. Next question. Asked by Kiefer Cat and many others. Is this the same Lean that we see in One Shot?
Oh yes,
Getting to
this
the
is
one-shot
this is his secret identity. Every every night he puts on a mask and he goes to the Batman world. I don't know.
Every night he puts on a mask and goes to the hospital. Sounds kind of sad.
I hope
This
people
is-
do not take this answer as
This is
fact.
his secret identity. No, it is the same character, yes, but you know how you
It's
know
the same character, but not the same version of him. Is that what you're trying to get at?
yes. So
Or-
you know how like there's different versions of Batman, even though they're the same Batman.
Yes.
Okay, it's kind of like that.
Is it like a JoJo Part 6 thing?
Explain.
I'd have to explain the JoJo Part 6 ending.
Okay, then
Okay.
then let's just move on. Let's just move on.
Okay. Hesper Mops asks, on a scale of from 1 to 10, how would you rate the amount of Hesper in the game, or any other Hesper-related fun facts?
Well, he's the first shopkeep that you meet, so you get to meet him pretty early on.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, I guess we don't know, but you do
Yes.
see him.
Yes, he's probably the mod that you see the most of out of everyone.
So a 10.
Yes, he's like your starting party member, except he doesn't join your party. He kind of just.
What
sits.
about Nil? Is
Nil.
Nil off?
Yes, Nil is 10 out of 10.
Alright.
Because
So
he,
Hesper's like a 9.
he
or
always
8.
follows you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hesper stays in one place because he got a 10 to his shop and offer his services of making things.
Hesper has a job.
Hesper has a job.
Hesper has a life.
Hesper has a life. So true.
Dizzy
As
Luck
opposed to Ling.
as opposed to Lane, he's not alive, so this is true. Dizzy Luck asks, would Lane be considered a moth or not a moth?
He's like half and half. He's like a cat girl, but a moth.
A cat girl.
You know,
Sorry.
you know the what you call it the diagram that just says like it's like this is a
Are you
human.
saying he's like Kimono Mini, but like whatever
Yeah.
the bug form of that
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, I would say he's somewhere in that range. All right.
Incredible. Murak Y asks, is the player going to play a major role like in One Shot as a character, or is it going to be a more typical game where you only play as Lane and nobody acknowledges you as a separate character? Like you, the person playing.
So I think we kind of already answered that as like part of the meta mechanics.
Well, the meta can be a bit different from the player
The
role.
player could still be a character,
Right.
but
Well, and I would say that
I know in One Shot they're very related, but
Yeah, I
they
would say
don't
that-
have to be.
I would say that aspect of margin. Oh, sorry, that aspect of One Shot was also like what I consider to be a pretty gimmicky part. So like that's like pretty tied to the One Shot's identity. I feel like for margin that it might not make nearly as much sense.
yeah. I mean, explicitly, I'm pretty sure based off of what I've seen, like working on this project, that I would be really shocked if the player was a character at any point.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe
that's
it can
my
be like the Earthbound thing where the player shows up at the end to pray really hard for Ling to win against the final boss.
great.
But I think probably not from what I've seen at least.
Yeah. Lumpy asks, does Ling have an official birthday, and if so, when is it?
So for birthdays of like some characters, such as Nico, I just base it on the day that I made them. For Ling, that's really fuzzy because I made him so long ago that I no longer remember what day I made him, and also which iteration of him, because he took like it's like it's a little hard to tell like when his character begins because he was like based on a character that was an amalgamation of like some other characters from an earlier version of the story where he's not the main character, and this just goes on forever like it's turtles all the way down. So probably not.
We just don't know.
We just don't know.
Don't know Ling's birthday. Hexacon asks, if any of the devs have been keeping an eye on the Discord server, has anyone gotten close to guessing the actual plot of the game?
I don't think I've actually seen people like guess the plot of the game from the.
I guess they're asking if like theories have been accurate.
All right, so I know like in professional spaces, or sorry, in like any professional media or game dev, like you're like this is why like a lot of creators don't want to interact with the fan community and theories, just because like if they happen to get it right, then like people are gonna be like, oh, they took this from the fans, when you know when it's just a case of like monkeys with typewriters, right? If enough people write about it, eventually someone will get it right. Of course, like our community is a lot smaller for this problem to happen yet, I think. But
Yeah.
in bigger communities, that's always going to be an issue.
I think we can't really comment on that.
Yeah, we can't really comment
for
on
this
that
reason.
right now.
We can't really comment if people have gone close in this sense. Yeah.
But
yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Really quick question. Alonso asks, will Ling speak in the game? Does it have dialogue?
Oh, absolutely. He's not going to be a silent protagonist. I
Cool.
do enjoy writing his dialogue. I think.
Did anyone ask if Ling will have voice acting?
No, apparently nobody's asked anything about voice acting. Please don't ask now. Yeah, no, nobody actually asked about voice acting. I think it's like kind of safe to assume we wouldn't be having that in the game, but he didn't say anything.
Yay.
We will not answer this question. Sorry.
Yes.
Aesthetic questions. We're moving on to the next section of questions. Pretty far along already. So many have asked, what were the inspirations and media influences behind the creation and concepts of Margin to Strange?
Oh boy, this is so are we talking about game as inspirations or
A lot of
in
people
general?
asked game inspirations. A lot of them asked if you had specific inspirations, like if were inspired by Yume Nikki, and a lot of people asked about like other media stuff or like the web comic or things. So this is just a big everything.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm just compiling it because otherwise we would be answering this question multiple times.
So
Were
true.
you inspired by Girls' Last Tour?
Well, let's see. Well, for Girls' Last Tour was like I feel like I got into that a bit too late. because
Yeah.
Margin's story kind of
didn't-
already solidified by then. But let's see. Yumaniki is definitely one. Like that's like maybe the biggest one, I guess. Let's see now. Inception, the movie. I don't know. Don't know how many people know that movie now. It's quite old. Inception, the movie. I really like the vibes of that movie. Let's see what else. Like a lot. I can't leave without saying Hyperlight Drifter just because because like a couple years ago I was working on the Hyperlight Drifter tabletop game, so for some like freelance work, so I studied the style a lot. I think that style is just permanently embedded into my art now. But I still try to like differentiate my art so that I'm just not just like ganking their entire style altogether. Y'all gotta find your own voice somehow. And then what else? Oh gosh. Dang it! I should have prepared a list. I'm prepared. There's a lot I could talk about here. There's vague stories from like I guess weird stuff from my childhood. My dreams are definitely a big part.
Well, I think this one was specific to aesthetics, right? Not
Oh,
necessarily a
right.
story, but
I mean,
aesthetics.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I'm still talking about aesthetics because like a lot of my dreams have that like really weird liminal space aesthetics, right?
Yeah.
So that's gosh, every time I have a dream, I always wish that I like there's a camera on me that never works, and it's very sad.
Yeah, I just like I wish I could see like or draw like the locations like more vividly.
Yeah,
That I
right.
see in my dreams. Because I have a lot of really liminal dreams too.
Yeah.
So I'm with you there.
Yes. Let's see what else. All right, Hoseki no Kuni. Yeah. So like, what actually like got me into thinking about Margin again after after years of not thinking about it is Hoseki no Kuni. Like the anime specifically. I really like the sound design and the aesthetic of that anime, which actually ended recently. The manga did, not the anime. I hope we get a season 2. There are a lot of other inspirations. Like I said, I should have seen this question coming. I should have made a list.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You did have some time to look at the questions beforehand. So.
I actually didn't because I was trying to find the mic arm for my microphone, and then I found parts of it, not all of it.
Not all of it. Okay.
Rip.
Well, there's another side of
Monument
influences
Valley.
that you're
Okay.
about to answer. Influences for the game's music.
Oh boy.
So people are asking what that is. Specifically, Ray Bluesock asked about this and assumes Boards of Canada is one of them, since you've mentioned it a lot in the past.
If I can get that good, if I can get that good, yeah. Like I've been listening to a lot of Boards of Canada for like the past 10 years now. I think it's good. It's good music. General Dreamcore, I guess. Those are the vibes that I'm trying to go for. What else? I know like when I first started like thinking about like if for Margin to have a soundtrack, that was back in 2009. See what were my inspirations back then? Probably Yoko Kanno and the Onoken. But Onoken's genre is actually like I didn't learn until last year that genre is called artcore. And right now it's definitely a bit much for me. Like I would not consider myself to be a very experienced musician, I would say. So, like, I can do melodies and layering okay, but my mixing and, like, sound design is definitely not quite there yet. Also, Akira Yamaoka. I think that's how you pronounce his name, right?
Akira Yamaoka, the
Yeah.
Silent Hill guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know him from DDR.
Yeah. There's others. There's another musician I listen to a lot called Instupendo. Disaster piece, of course, but I don't. I think it's very hard to match the same production level as Disaster piece. You listen to his music and it feels like you're being it feels like you're being in a sensory deprivation chamber. It drowns out everything else. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Sorry.
Many have asked why moths.
This I did prepare a stock like a very long written answers for why moths. So originally the species in Margin were all butterflies. In fact, sometimes I still refer to them as butterflies. And this was for a very specific reason. So a very, very long time ago, when I was like, I wouldn't say when I was like a really small child, but maybe when I was like a teenager, middle school, something like that. I read about this little bit of trivia from this philosopher in ancient China who had a very vivid dream that he was like, when he fell asleep, he had a dream that he was a butterfly, and then he woke up, and then he kind of mused about it. It's like, how can I be sure that I am a human who just dreamed about being a butterfly? How do I not know that I'm not a butterfly who's dreaming of being a human right now? So it's a fun story, right? Like a fun thought exercise, and then and it always stuck with me. Not to mention that butterflies have a lot of like symbolism to them across multiple cultures and eras. It's just a fun little critter. Anyway, I went with moths because they are cuter than butterflies. That's the only reason. Sorry. Oh well, the line between them are a little fuzzy anyway. Fuzzy like moths. Get it? Get it?
Fuzzy.
Fuzzy.
Yes.
Fuzzy moths.
Okay, so they're like, if you look at them, they're both the same type of animal. They're from the same order, Lepidoptera, which means scale wings, because they have scales on their wings. And then, so a moth is just any lepidopteran that is not a butterfly. So in nerd terms, that would be called a paraphyletic group. It's kind of like how a reptile is anything from that like that type of animal that it isn't a bird. So, yeah. So we would just say we could say lepidopterans, yeah, because I have considered making some characters into butterflies. Neil definitely looks more like a butterfly than he does a moth.
Cool.
All right, let me just scroll down back to my
Next
question.
Next question. Human Sneeve asks, "What is your/the team's approach?" I assume they're referring to Aaron as well. To writing the music for Margin of the Strange, or just writing music in general. The One Shot soundtrack is one of my favorites, and I love what you've done so far with Margin. Someone who also writes music would love to know more about your music process.
Okay, so for Aaron, right now he hasn't made any Margin specific music yet. I just paid him to license some of his old stuff because I really like it. As for mine, I still use the same version of FL Studio that I used back in 2006. Let's see. I normally start with a main melody of some sort and then just add more layers to it. Which is an approach that I might diversify sometime in the future as I move on to more soundscape type music, if that makes sense. Because I do want a program that will give me a bit more freedom on sound, sound design. Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 18 years of experience. Yeah, I started using FL Studio. I started messing around with a free version of it on the school computer back in 2006. But none of the stuff that I made was saved because you can't save anything in the free version. But then I got a copy of it in 2009. I think that lets you save the software. Because that's the not free version, and yeah, I was able to save my music ever since. So technically, only 15 years of experience because the old stuff is too old. But before ever touching FL Studio though, I used to also write songs on my piano. In fact, sometimes if I get too stuck on a song, I would still try to fill it out on piano to see what the next note sequence would be, what would feel natural, etc. I'm definitely not that much of a piano player though. Whatever little knowledge that I had kind of went away with time. Unfortunately. Very sad.
All things fade with time.
All things fade with time. So yeah. That is my current process for making music. Who knows what the future holds. Alright.
Next question. Mr. Hua Delanort have asked, and as many others did, how did you come to your style? What your inspirations for specific art style and how you approach making art specifically. So this is the art question, version of this question. Yeah.
Depends on how early you start. Garfield. Yeah, Garfield. 2009 Garfield. Wait, no, 2001 Garfield.
2001 Garfield.
Yes, I saw some Garfield comic books, and there's a how to draw Garfield tutorial at the end, and that's what got me to draw regularly because I really like Garfield. as for how do I come to my current style? I don't know how to define my current style, to be honest. Like, are you talking about the coloring style, the sketching style, the pixel art style, etc., etc.? Like,
I think we'd be here all day if we answered
could be
every
here all
single
day, yeah.
one of those. So,
How
like,
about your general illustration style?
My
General
general
illustration.
illustration style. I don't know if there's anything specific that inspired it. I don't think. I'm having a hard time coming up with like specific inspirations, but just stuff that I've seen like over the years, I guess.
Yeah.
My colors. Because for choosing colors, I normally just like fly from the seat of my pants kind of thing. I don't really like use preset palettes or anything. It just whatever looks good. Let's see.
I feel like a lot of the inspirations you've listed already for like the game kind of apply a bit to your art already. So
Oh
like,
yeah, the aesthetics question. Yeah, that definitely applies. Hyperlight Drifter is definitely a big one.
Gotcha.
Because like if you look, because I found out about Hyperlight Drifter sometime in like 2013, right? So if you look at the progression of my art, like all my art went neon after that point. Although I think that was also the year that I got like a new monitor that displayed colors better. So it's a bit too hard to isolate. You know what came first, the chicken or the egg? You know.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I'll think about that later. We have more questions.
We do have a lot of questions. Chen asks, is there any digital books or comics, etc., to just describe more of the story? Like, kind of, like, is it necessary to get them? Is it necessary to read this stuff? I assume they're referring to the past formats that you've made Margin in, which is the webcomics and illustrations.
So the webcomic versions of Margin, only a small handful of stuff has ever been uploaded online. Most of it is like so old and outdated that like you don't really need any prior knowledge to get into the game. The game has been written in such a way that like you can get into it right away.
It is the full version of the story, essentially.
Yes.
So, if anything, waiting for the game is actually not a bad call.
Yes.
Cool. Seth Stelton has asked, do you know what made you decide to adapt Margin's concept into a video game as opposed to just a webcomic series? Like, was that always your intention, or did you realize just telling the story for the games medium would be better?
So I because I grew up like as someone who wanted to be a webcomic artist, right? Because like in my formative years, in my teenage years, webcomics, original character tournaments, I'm not gonna last a whole stream without bringing up OCTs, am I? But yes, webcomics, original character tournaments, stuff like that. So my brain still thinks mostly in comics, actually. So adapting it like some of the scenes and dialogue stuff into more of a game medium will be a bit challenging, I would say. I moved to this medium for a reason, because one, it's a lot more efficient in many ways to make a game compared to a webcomic, because so many assets are reusable. For the webcomic version of Margin, I can't even make it in color because that would take too long. So like the ability to like do this world in color is a huge drive for me deciding to put it in a game. In fact, back when I was planning out the webcomic, I almost wanted to like make some like smaller RPG Maker games just to go along with the main comic, just so that I could show the world off in more color, you know. So yes, in some ways, it has been considered to be like, I have always considered it to be like partially meant for games, but for the whole thing to be like adapted into a game, yeah, that has been a little challenging for me, but it's been a fun challenge as well. All right, and
Yep.
but my brain still thinks in mostly comics.
Yeah.
All right.
Radioactive Radiant asks, when you said that March of Strange will be similar to Yume Nikki and Yume Tuki, what exactly did you mean?
So that was kind of like I said it in like a half joking manner. So unlike Yume Nikki, where you can like go anywhere in any order and there's like complete chaos, Yume Tuki is also the same, by the way, just a lot bigger. But Margin will be like a bit more on rails, not quite as on rails as say One Shot, but like I would like to like have some order of things going on for the game, because like it's hard to consolidate a completely open game with with a heavily narrative driven game, because like then you have to take account of like all the flags, what orders you like encounter them in, etc., etc., and it just makes a huge mess. So like it will be less free than Humanity, but I hope to like still give like some sense of that freedom and exploration. It'll take a lot of testing and retesting and betas to like to get that right balance.
Sounds right. Sean Headley asks, how do you go about designing a new character?
Depends on the character, I guess. I mean, Ling's been around forever. Only his cloak is new-ish. Let's see. What's the most recent character that I revealed that was designed? Probably Ariadne. That's like the Silk Moth character. I think I made her a couple years ago. Let's see. I think for her, I just looked at a photo of a silk moth and then like tried to make something that's between that and also like something that's less animalistic, I guess. Like I like, especially for like a creature type character, I look at like photos of real animals a lot. Let's see. If we're talking about human characters, I don't know. Like I think like sometimes I think about their color palette first, if that makes sense. Like what colors go with what colors, etc. Yeah, I don't know. This is a hard question.
Yeah. It's a pretty loaded one, too, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a really loaded question. Right.
Maybe it doesn't help that you already designed a lot of these characters. Like
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
like, you don't really think about this process too frequently.
Yeah.
Nowadays. Yeah. We can move on to the next question. I can't pronounce this person's name. I'm sorry, but their question was: Are there any particular content warnings you think would be relevant to the game?
Yes, and they will probably be announced. They will probably be in the game, like announced in the game, just so that people will know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
Are you gonna announce them before the game though? Because like, so people know what they're buying.
Yeah, like yes. Nothing too spicy, but like different people have different tolerances to things.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what those are now, or?
See, like the same content warnings for one shot apply, basically.
Yeah,
So
I think any.
And Fear and Eyes.
Something like that.
So I think those are the ones in one shot.
Those are the ones, yeah. I would say probably more specific content warnings will be given closer to release.
Right. Yeah.
So, but
Since I could see it being a relevant question for people who are thinking about whether or not they should back the game.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Like I said, like it's it's like rated. I would say Margin was rated T.
Yeah. Will there be any blood?
Maybe some. Not.
Ooh, spicy. Will there be any alcohol reference?
Definitely.
Alcohol reference, blood.
Are we gonna light things on fire with alcohol again?
Are we gonna have arson?
Yeah.
Sure. Sure. Let's say arson. Let's see what else. What are probably like flashing lights. Just because like for like cutscenes and stuff, the same is for one shot. Like we try to keep that to a minimum if needed. Let's see what else. Just your general like. Ling also likes Molotovs. He can. I feel like he would not be against it. He probably likes fire more than Nico does.
Feels like a dangerous thing for a moth to like.
Like if there's any specific content warning that you mean, like I can definitely answer that. But like right now it's just a little broad. Because I can I can think of like photosensitivity is probably gonna be one. I know a lot of people have trypophobia, and that's honestly a little unavoidable, especially if you work with like pixel art, just because like dithering is a thing.
I know some people have like the trypophobia from like the big thing in the sky with all the red holes, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, that's probably a thing too. Yeah, like.
I don't think we have a specific list down quite yet. And
But yeah,
again, like that's something that's gonna probably take closer to final release, but we will let people know beforehand
yeah, if you're
what those are
curious.
before purchasing the games for sure.
Yeah, if you're curious,
So,
definitely let me know. Like if you just have like any specific ones. Okay.
you're welcome to ask us in Kickstarter comments or on Discord. We'll answer those.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Moving on to the next question. Taken asks, will any old Margin related melodies or songs be remastered, added to the soundtrack for this game?
Why do you think I'm making the game?
I don't know.
Why do you think I'm making the game?
Moth dreams.
But yes, part of it is just an excuse to finally put some of my own music in the world because I've made quite a bit of Margin music public over the years, but that's nowhere near the amount of music that I have written overall and just never published. So yeah, I would like to show them off sometime, eventually.
Arch asks, just from the recent promo art, it seems like the cape looks inconsistent. Sometimes it's a standard cape shape in like solid blue, and other times it's split more like moth wings with red dots. Which one represents the actual design?
Both.
Is it like on those lucid dream things where you look away from it and you look back, it changes?
Kind of. But also like the red dots is like a specific thing. It's like an upgrade that you can get. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Is this one the Fortnite skins you can get for like?
Yes, it's a Fortnite skin. yeah.
Yeah. To be clear, it's not a cape. It's the wings. So,
Yeah.
Like
it can
in
be
terms
his
of
cape.
what they look like, they can look like a cape. They kind of did look like a cape when we were doing early development, but yeah. The look of it will change as you play the game.
Yeah, like the texture of it is like, well, it's a little hard to describe, because like it almost has like this ethereal quality to it. In fact, when I was giving instructions for the animator to animate the intro, I gave him the instruction that like when it's billowing in the wind, it kind of looks like water. It's kind of like how Nico's scarf works, right? Like sometimes it's very very long, and sometimes it's like only average length. Just whatever looks cooler with the composition.
Gotcha.
All right.
Molly Stars asks, given that you've had past iterations of Margin out there for people to see, you've also had plenty of it kept under wraps, right? Potentially for up to 20 years, like tons of art and music that you haven't shared till now. How do you go about the curse or blessing of keeping that stuff to yourself and not talking about that openly, right? So like not like
Right.
basically spoiling the game
Yeah,
as you worked on it for these past few years.
that's true. Yeah. Oh, wait. Hey.
Like what's that like, basically?
Oh, shoot. I thought my little guy stopped working, but it was just it was just me pressing the button of something. Sorry, go on. So, what's that like? Let me see. This is a pretty long question, so it deserves a pretty long answer. So, keeping stuff held in is when I was like writing Margin, like things were changing so much over the years, so like I don't even know if like some of the ancient spoilers are even spoilers anymore. Like I would say it was like a constantly evolving story. I had like a beginning and end planned out, but like a lot of the meat, so to speak, a lot of the stuff in the middle was like always subject to change depending on depending on other events and stuff. And I feel like putting it in a game format actually helped me like, make things more concrete, more ironed out, so to speak. Like, cause I think I answered that in a game interview too. But like having everything laid out in like a almost like a daily calendar or planner format has been really nice, because like it lets me pace the story in a way that is very easily visualizable. And then as for spoilers and stuff, yeah, I don't know. Like there are a lot of like imagery in the game that happens later that would look really cool, but like I don't know, like if they would even be spoilers out of context.
Like, do you ever get impatient with like, oh, I want to tell everyone the spoilers now. Everyone needs to know how Margin ends right now.
I don't think anyone really knows how Margin ends.
Wow, no one knows how Margin ends. Not even nightMargin.
Not even nightMargin.
Oh.
This is the story that never ends, right? If we right,
If we get endless mode,
if we get endless mode, yeah.
Yeah.
technically it never ends.
Technically, it never ends.
Point. There is no ending.
There is no ending.
Margin of the forever.
Margin of the forever. Hey, that would be a really good title for the next title.
Oh God, don't promise.
That's how long it's gonna be in for development.
That is a joke.
There is joking.
Please do not take me seriously. Please do not. Oh yes, that was a joke.
They're both joking. I need to clarify.
All right.
That's it for all the aesthetic questions that we've had on hand. We're gonna go over to development related questions. I feel like some of these are pretty quick since we've answered quite a few of them already, or have answered them elsewhere.
Raise his hand.
Prior.
Can I take a short 2-minute break?
Yeah, we could.
Okay.
We'll do a short 2-minute break. Mind checking when ads will play, actually?
Oh, actually, 16 minutes.
Cool.
Oh,
So
wait, I can run the ad now.
Yeah, run the ad now, and then we'll be ready to do more questions in 2 minutes.
Yes. Do we answer bonus questions while night is breaking?
No, it's our turn to ask the audience the questions.
Oh.
If you're still here, audience, I have a question for you. How are you feeling?
Is the audience sleepy? It is like late, especially on the East Coast.
It's late for me, yes. It's like past midnight. My sleep schedule is completely messed up.
You have the appropriate sleep schedule. You get to avoid the sun.
But that's not great for humans. Exposure to sun's supposed to be good for you.
I mean, we're not plants. We're not grass.
Yeah, but we do absorb some vitamins from exposure to sunlight.
Absorbing the sun's rays.
We have a form of photosynthesis. I'm not going to follow up on this because I failed biology in high school. It is in fact perfect time for streaming.
It's the perfect streamer hour.
I like being out in the sun when it's not 80 plus degrees like it's been for the past few weeks. So
Has it been warm?
it's been really hot and humid and stormy. You know, like, because yesterday I went to like get a hair appointment, and then the moment I got out of the hair appointment, it was like pouring.
Hello, I'm back. And my mouth is full of protein bars. Am I still live? Hello? Hello? Friends? Oh dear. Did I mute my mic? Hello? Oh dear. Where did my friends go? Oh, I hear you now. I think people are just quiet. Is everyone else taking a break?
Yeah,
no,
I think the mic got. I think you popped the mic out. We've been dead. Have we been dead? We haven't been dead for the past few minutes.
I hear you.
People say they can't hear us.
Oh dear.
Shoot.
Yeah, this happened the moment you got back. We've been talking for the past minutes.
Oh dear. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, they can hear us now. We're back.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
We're back.
I didn't touch anything.
I don't know if who knows. Anyways, we're back, everybody.
We're back.
We're able to continue questions onto the developments, more dev-related questions, more like specific types of questions. I think that a lot of them already have been answered in the past, so we can rapid fire some of these for sure. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. Many have asked, what game engine is this made in?
Game Maker Studio 2?
Yes, that is correct. It is Game Maker Studio 2.
That's 10 points for Knight.
Ginger asks, how will the game work for Linux? And I've seen many other people ask if the game will support Linux.
So right now, to give you a perspective, only about 0.8% of all Steam wishlists so far are Linux. So Linux users represent like a pretty small minority of our player base right now. So I can't really make any promises yet.
We can't really prioritize Linux
Yes.
development. The closest you're probably going to get is how Valve will handle the Proton emulation for the game, especially with support on Steam Deck. We have not promised Mac or Linux versions at this time. So
Yeah.
in case you're wondering about that, we cannot give you an answer.
Yeah.
We are looking into it, but we can't say anything. So
I think Mac is only 1.5%, so it's not that far ahead either. So yeah. So making ports is very expensive.
yeah, especially for Mac. I mean, Linux for us, we could probably export it in Game Maker and there'd be issues.
Right.
But that would
Yeah.
exist. But Mac is a different story.
Well, Mac, you like need the hardware, right?
You need the hardware, and you need to pay Apple a yearly fee, I think.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like
alright.
a 100-year dev fee or something.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Just to build on there.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. That's why I haven't supported Mac for any of my personal projects in like years. Not since 2019. So that's when they did that stuff.
I didn't even know gamers used Mac. I thought that's like the designer's workstation.
Yeah. So, that is the best we can answer regarding PC platforms aside from PC.
Okay.
Gojira asks, does Margin of the Strange plan to get a console release like One Shot did?
Again, that will depend on how it will depend on how we do. Like once we actually finish the game.
Yeah, I don't think we plan on doing this before launch. If we happen to do that, though, we would probably figure out something for Kickstarter backers if you prefer console versions. But we do not plan on doing a console release before PC.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think typically adventure games on consoles are a bit of a hard sell.
Yeah.
This one's like a farming one though too, right?
I mean,
it was hit pretty hard on Switch, maybe, I guess. But even so, it's not something we're prioritizing at the moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This is a very quick question you can answer since I feel like we've answered this on the Kickstarter. How long has Margin of the Strange been in development for you? Like, how long's been an idea for you? Rather?
Oh god. Oh god. Oh gosh. Well, it depends on like when you consider to be the start point of Margin, right? If you're talking about like when did I make the first ever character who's still around to be in Margin, that was in November 2004. That if we're talking about like Margin as a story, probably around 2007 or 2008. That is like kind of like something that still resembles the Margin of today. That was like around that time. It got the title Margin in 2009. Before then, it was called something else that I don't even remember. The Margin title of Margin has been around since 2009. The first webcomic was started in 2008, and the Flash version of the webcomic / playable motion comic was started in 2012. Let's see. But in 2013, well, even before that, between 2011 and 2013, I thought about like making some supplementary games for when the comic gets along far enough. And then I started working on One Shot and have not thought about Margin until like 2018. Let's see. But yes, if you're talking about like making Margin with a team, that would be 2021. Although I did start like hammering it away at like a smaller prototype of it in RPG Maker back in 2019. Yes, like summer 2019, something like that. But yeah.
Yes. We did a timeline in a previous art stream.
Yeah. Oh god.
If I recall correctly.
Right. Yeah.
Big massive life timeline that did kind of also include some. It didn't include all of that, like regarding Margin, but yeah, let's not draw another one again.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Timeline.
Actually, so there's another question that's kind of similar to something you like in relation to what you said in that answer, which is some username Margin of Era asks, will some of the ideas from Margin, like kind of being a series of smaller games, be repurposed into this game? I feel like we've kind of covered that a bit.
Yes. Yeah, we kind of covered it a bit with this. So here's the thing though, like Margin was supposed to be a bunch of smaller games, right? So oh gosh, sorry, a bunch of smaller games and comics. So the current margin is mostly just gonna be from Link's perspective. It's not gonna like shift around like different characters' perspectives and such. So like, so yeah, like I know I had, like add some concepts for like the different games from different characters' perspectives, but this is just gonna be like from Link, and they would actually not cover the entirety of Margin's story either. It's like the story ends about like around the like the halfway point of the entire plot, but it makes for a good enough standalone story that I think it will also be a game on its own. We're basically just leaving the door open for like a sequel if needed, just because people keep asking us for one-shot sequels, and I don't know how to tell them that that we kind of closed that door for one shot. We can't. It's hard to bring Nico back. Okay, Nico's like
Yeah, gotta ruin Nico's life again. gotta like drag Nico back.
uh-huh.
So much for a peaceful life after that.
Yeah.
Oops.
Anyway, yeah, sorry. Okay.
Cool. Spoop asks, how has developing one shot prepared you for the creation of another game?
Honestly, it probably just gave me a lot of hubris because I was just like, oh, this making a game is I can do the graphics for 10 different areas within a week. After all, I did that for one shot. Yeah, that's don't do that, kids. Don't do that. You'll lose most of your connective tissues that way.
Okay, multiple people have asked about our plans regarding localization for the final game.
Any plan on localization? So potentially, yes. But like I said, like it will have a lot of things right now. Depends on like first of all demand, but also like how well the game sells, right? Because one shot didn't
So
have.
you're not planning on launch then, I guess? It'll be at post-launch, you're thinking?
That is my logic for it, but if you guys think like like it would be beneficial to have some languages on launch, I'm not against the idea. It will depend on like how much money do we have left at that point.
Yeah, I think we would have to explore the opportunity later and like obviously figure out if you want to partner or work with anybody. So we can't really give like a solid answer if there will be anything pre-launch, but we do naturally want the game to be supported in other languages at some point. So if not at launch, then after.
Yeah,
sure.
So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah. Novop asks, how does it feel to finally bring this project to fruition and like see it live up to at least your internal expectations and kind of lock things down? Yeah.
It's
That's the question.
It's been very surreal. It's that's the only way I can describe it, I think. Needing to lock things down is honestly kind of scary because like before you like write everything down and like do that, and it's kind of like just like all this nebulous idea that's floating in your head that has like infinite possibilities, right? But once
Pie in the sky.
not even a pie. It's like more like pie ingredients, right? It's like you have a whole pantry full of things that that could become anything. And once you make more and more of it concrete, your options are starting to get narrowing. You're like collapsing all the realities or whatever, quantum mechanics. I don't know.
Is it like thinking about dinner before actually deciding what to make for dinner?
Honestly, kind of, yeah. But like right? It's also a good thing because there's deadlines now to kick my ass so that I can make a decision already. So yes, I do enjoy it. Yes, yeah, and then like I'm like it's surreal, but like in the best way possible. Like the animator for the Margin trailer is actually like one of my favorite artists from my childhood. So this has been a really cool experience. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's.
Gritter Mirex asks, what is your attitude towards margin speedrunning?
Go for it.
Yeah.
So margin is like so like I know speedrunning is mostly used for like skill-based games like platformers and like fighting games where you like have combat and stuff. But I do know that adventure game speedruns are a thing. I know because one shot speedrunners always surprise me. But yeah, go for it. Ger's a speedrunner, or used to be.
I used to be a speedrunner too.
Oh, really? What,
Yeah.
Is there any other speedrunners in the room that I should know about?
Are you looking at Bleeko?
Looking at Bleeko.
Bleeka's a speedrunner, sure.
Bleeko speedruns dinner.
Oh, so true.
Colonel asks, will the game be released on itch.io?
I don't know. What do you think?
I feel like it should be. Like, I don't
It
see a reason
should
not
be.
to.
It should be, but obviously that could change depending on like any circumstances if they're released down the line. So
Right.
Steam is the only platform we officially have announced the game will be on. But I figure if we are going to be self-publishing, it should make sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Billy asks, without spoiling too much, what is one of the most exciting and enjoyable parts of working on this project?
I talked a little bit about it for like one of the previous questions, like 2 questions ago, but like being able to have some like fully animated sequences in the game is really, really cool. It's like you guys seen the trailer, it looks amazing. And like the more money we make on a Kickstarter, basically like after we get like our big goals done, like the endless mode and the side quests, all of the money is pretty much gonna go towards animation and music. And then that's one exciting thing. Another exciting thing is I do genuinely enjoy like writing music, and I'm very excited to show like my old music to the world. Say what's another? As for enjoyable, I do like writing dialogue a lot for this game. Like especially for parts outside of the tutorials, because right now like we're mostly like still content log is mostly going to be for week 1, which means that we have to get all our tutorials out of the way, which has kind of been it's been a bit of a challenge, because like you want to write tutorials that sound you want to write dialogue that sounds natural, but also like informative. Yeah, it's like what you would call it. I'm trying to like yeah, it's been informative, natural, and also funny. That's the balance that I'm trying to strike.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite part of working on this game, Akira?
Well, right now I mainly just tell people what to do in meetings.
So I guess that would be the answer.
Yes.
Perhaps. I really like working on the game's audio music system and setting up the commands for that. That was a lot of fun. That was a task that took a lot, but it was really cool to make. I was really happy with just putting something together and like testing like dynamic music implementation and stuff. That was sick. I enjoyed doing that. So I
need to learn how to write dynamic music more.
Just like if you just give me the separate layers, like we could just like kind of stack them together. You know, like that's the kind of idea. You know, they could choose which layers of the track to play if you think about it like that.
Yeah.
So
I think
that's what I did.
All right. Come on, dear.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Rig asked about whether or not we'll have point shop items on Steam. So you know the ability to like, you know, get trading cards and like get emoticons and stuff. We can't.
I mean that's pretty much just the standard at this point, isn't it?
You have to sell like a certain number of copies, or like get a certain number of reviews to actually be eligible for that in Steam.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Because for one shot we had to have it day 1. Did that change?
This depends, I think, on your relation with your publisher. So like I imagine probably the publisher for One Shot had like access to this because of their previous apps, or they got clearance from Steam. If we go to self-publishing route, we cannot guarantee we'll be able to support that day 1. So but if a lot of people buy the game when it's out, then we'll be able to support it quickly. So there's that.
I mean, it also depends on if we can convince Steam to give this to us on day 1.
Right.
Yeah.
With us having previously made One Shot, we might be able to be like, hey, please.
Yeah, we'll look into it. We can't promise it'll be available day 1, because that's up to the whims of Valve and not us. So ask Valve, not us.
So true.
Ask Valve.
If enough people tweet at Valve.
Palitura asks, Margin being a passion project that went through many iterations of the decades, what made you confident that this iteration is going to be the one that you want to put out? Like, what made you realize now is the time?
So like I said before, it's actually quite scary, right? Because like it's one thing to have it in your head and like have it be like almost this cloud of possibilities, but it's another thing to like collapse it into a tangible form. With that said, though, it's also like really exciting because like you finally see it take shape. See, I have more to say, but the words are a little hard to come. See.
You have been doing this for quite a bit, so that's
Yes.
yeah.
But yeah, I would say it's more exciting than scary. That's for sure. Because like now, like so there's someone's lighting a fire behind me, or someone's kicking my ass, or however you want to say it. There's a drive. There's some kind of external force that.
There's a deadline.
Yes, thank you. Me when I was hanging out with like one of my friends back in sorry, where's which okay. So when I was hanging out with one of my friends back in the old days, he's like a really really good animator who's really good at making things on like a short deadline. So like I ask him how he do it, and he's like, without deadlines, I'm nothing. And just like, yeah, that I'm the same way. But deadlines good.
Deadline's good, mostly.
Yes, mostly.
Mostly
Alright.
good.
Mostly. All right.
Funko asks, how did the featured team meet each other and get together?
Who wants to answer this one?
This depends on. So obviously, Future Cat started with you and Gur, and you previously worked with Eliza on One Shot. At least my recount of the story of like how the project kind of came together in 2021 was you messaged me around I think April or May. We were talking back and forth because you wanted to put together Margin and you were figuring out how to like make it work, like
Right.
what engine it should be built in. And I remember proposing Game Maker, and then you're like, "Cool, you know Game Maker, right? Do you want to make this game with me?" And I was like, like kind of like almost panicky, like not too sure how to respond, but
back then it was also because you telling me that like you could use some extra cash.
yeah, I wanted extra things to do and like kind of because I was realizing like with the Unbeatable Kickstarter around that time that like I was trying to seriously consider making this a career, like just starting my career early. So I did jump at the chance when you did offer, and then we built a team from there. Everyone else kind of came out of like thinking of who else would be able to like has experience with Game Maker and would be able to assist.
Yeah.
So that would include Sani, Gifty, and Izzy. All came on as per recommendations from just having known them and knowing their work. I don't know about other people that you've involved with regarding the art and music, like how you got to know them.
So
Because Aaron was a coincidence.
Yes, Aaron.
For us.
Well, Aaron's like a friend of a friend of a friend. That's how we met. But I really like his music, and we're also friends. So as for the animators, like there's the trailer animator and also the sprite animator. That's like Carlos and Spooky. Both of them I met during the OCT days. I've known Spooky for like a while, but Carlos was like I mostly knew of him because we had mutual friends, and like I only started talking to him like around a year ago. But yeah, that's mostly friends or friends of friends.
Yeah, mostly how that came together. I think that's an accurate account. So, Karnachan asked in one of the interviews, you commented that we've been working on this game together for 3 years, right? Without giving spoilers, what is it like working with a team on this project so far? Like the experience of working with us as a team. What do you think about us?
Well, it's been an interesting experience because like normally like for One Shot the team was much smaller, right? Just like normally I only work with one programmer at a time. So for a project of this, I think it's like more of a question of scale because like there's suddenly like a lot more people that I have to like answer to and like talk to and like give like work with and like like it's getting a little hard to keep track of. So last year I started using like not me but like Chi suggested that we use this thing called Notion, which is like I guess it's similar to Trello, I guess. Yeah, so like that's been really really helpful to like
last year. I said that 2 years ago. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure we used it 2 years ago.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, something like that. So, like, yeah, but that's been like really helpful to like get all the tasks and stuff, like keep proper track of stuff, keep proper bug testing, and it's been just like, yeah, like it's organized chaos. But yeah, that's like whatchamacallit, like the complexity always scales up with like scope, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So next.
Avi's asks, how far do you think we are in development of the core gameplay?
I would say we're pretty close to done. Of course, like everything needs to be like implemented. Sorry, not implemented. Like properly tested once we start making more of the content. Because core gameplay was like the last couple of years, and then like within the past year, we started like shifting gears to like develop more polished content and stuff to make the areas and maps and like all the animations and that kind of
Well,
things.
so what does core gameplay mean in this context specifically?
It's like
When you're answering,
the core gameplay loop, I guess.
like the gameplay mechanics, or how much content is there?
Because right now we have most of the first week done.
Or
No, game is not all. The game is not
Game
almost
is not
done.
almost done.
Game is not
'cause
almost done.
I feel like that's the answer you were kind of
Yes.
accidentally giving with that.
Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, like the game is about So it's complicated because the first week has the most content out of all of them. Just because like all the assets that get reused throughout the rest of the game, a lot of them are introduced in the first week.
Yeah, well, like all the common areas.
And all the common areas, like the entire Waking World. Oh, I still need some work done in the Waking World too. But yeah.
Yeah. We're definitely making progress for sure.
Yes. So we're talking about like the farming stuff, like
I think that needs where we're at. Transparently, I think we need a bit more polish. But
yes,
it's
polish.
completely in the game. It's completely in the game.
That is what I mean. Like it is done, but it looks bad.
Yeah, that's why we did not show all of that.
That is why a lot of the features that are in the
preview.
Yeah, a lot of the features that are in the game are not shown, and also I think there was one specific thing that I wanted to mention, but I forgot. So yes, oh goodness. Okay, let's just leave it at that then. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's good for now.
It's in there. It looks bad.
Okay, final question directed at us developers. Not final question of the Q&A, by the way. Just one stress. Fertz and Felix asks, how are you?
Hi. Good. Tired. A little tired, but excited.
What about you, Gur? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Hungry, maybe.
I'm hungry too. Damn, I need to eat. I need to eat at some point. I was like thinking like in the middle of the stream like what I should be making to eat, and there's too many options, so I'm like kind of indecisive. So I'll figure it out later. That's all questions concerning like all the development specific stuff. We have a wave of questions remaining for the Kickstarter, and then a bunch of other miscellaneous questions. And if we have a little more time after, we can go over extra questions that people are asking in the middle of the stream. Kickstarter's questions. Night, actually, can you double check and see when the next ad plays, just so we don't accidentally run into
23 minutes.
23 minutes. Okay, just give me a heads up, and we'll take a break. Ad break when that
Actually, we can take the break now. I can just run the ad.
Oh yeah, we can take the break now, and then we'll get back to Kickstarter questions.
Okay.
Yes. Let's give everyone some time to catch up. We are still here, by the way. Maybe a breakfast burrito. I'm thinking breakfast burrito.
Oh, sweet. That bought us a whole hour without ads. Oh dear. I think. Oh shoot. Hello? Can you guys hear me? I feel like every time I leave, the microphone
Like
breaks.
Knight's talking, but we can't hear.
Yeah, I feel like every time I leave, the microphone just breaks. But, like, I don't touch anything. I have not touched anything.
Excuse me.
Alright. Alright, I can hear you guys now.
Okay.
Are we
We're all
good?
good? All
Yeah,
back?
I think we're all good. Yes. I think pretty sure
Okay.
we're all
Ads
good.
over.
Yes. Ads are over. Yeah, ad is over. Yes. It is. We don't have another ad until for another 57 minutes.
We'll probably be done by then, so it should be
Yeah.
fine. Okay. Thank you for waiting, everybody. The break was warranted. All right. Kickstarter questions. Next few questions are going to be focused on Kickstarter related stuff concerning the campaign specifically. Many have asked, could you add more like tier slots for adding your OC in the game? Because
So,
we did have that, and we
yeah.
ran out.
Yes, so I definitely thought about it considering how fast it ran out. One solution I suggested was just to like have, because right now the city is not very big. Like your OCs are gonna be mostly in the Waking World, the city area. Because right now the city is not very big. Like I thought about like making it a stretch goal to like once we hit our current ones to like make the city area a little bigger. Just so that it could accommodate all the people, but we'll have to see.
Yeah.
But
We'll see if we can open up slots later in the campaign.
That
if
is-
that is something that is
that is
allowed.
definitely something that I'm interested in, though.
Yeah.
Just because I think it would be fun. Okay.
Yeah. Clover and Clover asks, will we still be able to back the game to reach other goals even after the campaign ends? So I think this is going into a similar questions people have asked about like supporting the project post Kickstarter.
Right.
Will we have like a slacker backer campaign, as that's called?
Yeah. What are the conditions for Slacker Bagger?
We just run one. Whatever
Yeah,
we want to do
that's it.
after. Yeah.
Right.
I can't say for sure we would know when we would be pulling up a slacker backer. It's something we have been talking about though. We
Yeah.
don't have an answer at this time.
So.
You'll know after, I
Yeah.
guess.
So I think like when we because right now we do have enough money for like at least a full year of development at this point, and it's so like the other things are starting to look kind of fuzzy. Like we have like at least we have at least 2 full years at this point, probably.
Yeah, the amount that we budgeted for this project with the base minimum goal should allow us to work with our current resources for the remainder of development. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the base goal was basically just like if margin was operating at the same capacity as we have for the past 3 years, can we fund it like with just like the bare minimum? Like we can get a game out of it, but it would have like to cut a lot of features that I would really like to have otherwise.
Yeah. I think one thing that it would be important to notice, if we do a slacker backer campaign, there will still be a set amount of time it will be available for. Like it won't be available leading up to the release. We can't just suddenly have a stretch goal pass while we're about to wrap the game, for example, if that was the intention.
Right.
So right now we don't know when we would be pulling something like that back up, if we will be doing it at all. So when, those are unknown at the moment. But after the campaign, if that is something we could do, we'll pull it up and we'll let you all know.
Yeah.
No guarantees, basically. Renati and MM2 would ask, how does it feel to get your project funded in such a short amount of time?
Oh, it's very surreal. So and also it makes me very grateful. And also very reassuring, just because I was like, because there's always a fear in the back of my mind. It's like, like what if this thing that I've been working on for the past 3 years is like doesn't get any traction, and then like what if no one buys our game because there's no Nico in it? Right? Those are reasonable fears to have, right?
Possibly.
Yeah, but but yeah, it's been really reassuring, and it makes me very excited to continue forward.
I just have to say, the fact that I got done in 4 hours is crazy, because with the previous Kickstarter I've been involved with, that was 25 hours with a smaller goal, and this is a bigger goal in 4 hours, so that was terrifying. Like, that was nuts. none of us could focus on the additional work we had to do for the rest of the
Oh
day.
yeah,
because
that's right.
of all of that. We were just like, we had so much stuff we needed to do after the
That's
Kickstarter
right.
stuff. So, and I was just like, everyone's
Oh.
just getting distracted seeing the number go up so fast.
Right.
It's,
Yeah.
It's fair. Totally fair. It's hard to focus when that's happening, you know?
Yeah, I do remember like cause it got funded right away. I was like, oh crap, I don't have the stretch goal art done. I was supposed to have like 3 days to work on this. Oh
Yeah. That did take a bit.
yeah, it did take a while because like I already have a sketched out and stuff, and so like it would take me longer to like draw something else. All right, so
Mick asks, will those who have beta access from the Kickstarter be required to sign an NDA when beta testing begins?
probably not because for the beta that will make like we'll keep the quote unquote spoilers to a bare minimum. So yeah, I think that's it's fine. Yeah,
Yeah, you should be free to
free to share it, whatever, it's public.
share it, and also record content for it. But do not distribute the build, please. That is not allowed. You can record video footage though. That's fine. Advi asks, will any of the Kickstarter goals be added to the game's updates later on if they aren't met before the Kickstarter ends? Like, is there still hope for the extra content if we never pass those goals?
Let's see. Like I said, it's a little hard to tell at this point. Wait. Oh, like I guess. I don't know. What do you think? Because I would still like. I'm really attached to the idea of the bonus stuff. So like, I would prefer to get it funded and put it into the game at the same time if possible.
I would say it really depends how far along we are and the future for the project. If towards the end of development we're feeling like there's not really need to add more to it, then it would be that, and there wouldn't be a chance these would be added. So no guarantees that they will be added in the future.
Right.
If they do not succeed at any point in the Kickstarter campaign or whatever we do after. So that's just worth noting. I wouldn't promise it. Is what I'd say. Yeah. Unfortunately. Nox asks, wait, that's a. I have to move Nox's question to miscellaneous. I am sorry, that is not the right section. Sorry, we'll get to the moth question later. There's another question about moths. Winter Kakia, sorry if I mispronounced that terribly, is there any way you can elaborate on what the Endless Mode's gameplay loop would be like?
So, let's see. Wait, is that the question? Oh, I see the question now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it was under the other one. So, endless mode would just be like, it's unlocked after you beat the main game. That much I can reveal right now. And, that's one of the... Yeah, that's one of the stretch goals that we don't know if we're gonna meet. But it is unlocked after the main game. It is actually tied to the side quest. And it's, what happens during the endless mode is kind of like, it's... because of the kind of almost timeless nature of a game, because like when you play like Stardew Valley, right, like the time kind of stops flowing after a certain point. Your kids never grow up, and the townsfolk never change after like year 2. So it's something like that. Like
you can basically still do stuff.
You can
no additional story content.
Yeah, you can still do stuff on your farm or in your garden. Like, you can, like, continue to, like, grow more plants or, like, maybe decorate things. Because...
Yep.
Okay.
Icy Dragon is asked, can we get a sneak peek at that physical merch?
We don't have any of it produced yet. But, in fact, I think for, like, the pin, I do want to, like, get some opinion on, like, which of the designs to make.
Yes.
Yeah, like
for
maybe
something like that, we probably will share it in a future Kickstarter update.
Yeah, like have it be like voted on by the people, or, like, right, bagger surveys. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So you guys will see it at some point. Don't worry. All right. We're almost through. We have a last few set of questions, a bunch of miscellaneous, joking questions as they were also referred to in this document. So we can go to the question that I accidentally put in the Kickstarter section. Nox asks, as a huge enjoyer of moths, I'm curious if anyone on the team has a favorite species of moth or perhaps a favorite bug in general.
I'll let you guys go first.
I love moths, but I'm not like super into any specific moths. My favorite bug is a butterfly. So, I guess that's what they originally were in the original draft of this game. So, yeah. What about you, Gur?
Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite moth.
All right. So, for my favorite moth, the answer depends. Okay, just bear with me. So, of course, I'm a basic bitch. I like I like silk moths because I used to raise them as a kid. They don't live very long, but they're kind of your classic cute fluffy moth, right? I really like the moth with like the transparent wings. Like not just moth, but like butterflies. Like I think it's actually like more common to see butterflies with transparent wings. There's a couple of species that I can't really name. There's like the regular glasswing. There's the phantoms. I really like those, and those are actually like the inspiration for No. Ariadne is based on a silk moth. Hesper is actually based on a skipper. Skippers are kind of like this in-between animal between butterfly and moths. They're kind of their own thing. Let's see what else. I like the white satin moth. That's kind of like the moth that's closest to Ling, I would say. But he's blue. His wings are blue. It's not white. But satin moths kind of have like this transparent white wings. They also have cool striped legs. But I tried putting I tried putting that on Ling, but like it looked very tacky. Yeah, it looked. Those are his legs. Those are not socks.
Oh,
it looked. It looked very tacky. So I was just like, no, this won't work. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Let's see. More. Wait, I'm not done.
Oh, you're still thinking through them?
We have more moth opinions.
More moth opinions?
Okay. I think Luna moths are cool. I got to see one in real life a couple years ago. It landed on my porch. They're really awesome. What are some other moths? Oh gosh, I had a lot of thoughts. I really like skippers. They're really cute. I already said that. Other bugs. I like bugs that are not insects. I like roly-polies, isopods, snails. There's a snail on my shirt right now.
A real live snail.
Yep. All right. Okay, let's move on before I...
Yeah.
We could be here forever.
See, we could be here forever. Also, I didn't realize snails are also bugs. Are they considered bugs?
In like common vernacular, I guess. They're not insects.
They're not insects, no. Definitely not.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't think of them as bugs. I guess...
They're critters. If you ask a biologist, though, like technically, the only thing that are bugs are the bugs in the family called bugs, the shield bugs, the shield family. So like stink bugs and that kind of stuff. Everything else, they're not bugs, they're insects. But because our language has like in like common vernacular, anything that's small and you can find in a garden that is not a mouse or a bird, not a mammal or a bird, can be called
invertebrates.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
Invertebrates. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Let's continue.
Gotcha. Okay. Auden JB asks, will there be any cats in Margin of the Strange?
No, cats are extinct. I'm kidding. I'm not sure. If I find like a space for them, I'll probably be some cats.
Clever way of asking if Nico will be in the game. We'll be back to that one later. Pyron asks, what is Lean's favorite season? What's ours?
He would probably really like fall or winter. He would like, I don't know. Oh gosh, that's hard. That's a hard one to question because like, the game takes place in fall and winter, but
I would have liked summer a couple years ago, but climate change has changed my answer to fall.
True. I feel like Ling would really like spring. It rhymes. But the game takes place in fall and winter.
Okay.
Okay.
What about you, Gur?
I like fall, yeah.
Are all fall people?
I like fall because I'm a basic bitch, but I like the aesthetic of winter. I like how everything looks when it's snowing outside, even though in reality, it sucks.
Yeah, I like the aesthetic of summer, but also right now being outside in the summer sucks a lot. Like, completely fucking sucks, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, ouch. Asked by Roxy. Hello, Roxy. I know you. And many others. Will Lean ride a Roomba?
He's too big.
There we go. That's the answer. Many people have asked this these set of questions.
I know.
So get ready. You know what
I know what's
what you're
coming.
looking at. Okay. Are there one-shot cameos or Easter eggs in the game or other cameos from previous projects for that matter?
If it makes sense, because I don't want to force it if it doesn't. Link had a cameo in One Shot because it made sense for him to be there. But for like other cameos, it all depends. Like if I see a place where it fits, I'll put it there. I'm not against it, but you know.
Yeah. Let me know if you put a Rip cameo in there.
Oh, I miss Rip. I wish I was working on Rip. All right.
And then the next question that everyone's been asking about: will Lane still be making pancakes?
So that is a question that I actually answered in like one of the official interviews by the.
Well, I thought your answer there was not if he's making pancakes, but if he's eating pancakes.
There will be many breakfast items for you to consume.
But is Lane making them?
But yeah, is Lane gonna make them?
Spoilers for week 1? Yes.
You spoiled it. It's not even out yet. Oh
I know.
My gosh.
I mean, come on. He makes pancakes in one shot.
To week 1.
He makes pancakes in one shot.
Yeah.
It's not a spoiler. You've seen him make pancakes in a completely different game and universe. It's fine.
Does he remember how to make them from one shot?
Huh? I don't know. Does he?
I don't know the answer to this question. Are you asking me?
I know how to make pancakes badly, but I know how to make them.
Badly? What? You're not good at pancakes all of a sudden?
What? What do you mean? Like, they all burn. Like I could never like the first. I guess because Moon says like the first pancake is always ugly no matter what. Like on my like third or fourth one, I could pump them out perfectly every time.
I think it's partially because the heat getting up to temperature and then becoming consistent helps.
Right. Maybe next time I'll make it in my stainless steel. That could help.
Yeah. I'm just a waffle bitch. Don't ask me about that. Another major question. Will X character appear in one shot? So when multiple people ask this question, a lot of different characters were mentioned, like Plight or Kip.
Lamplighter. Plight is just his file name.
Yeah, it's Plighter. Everyone knows him as Plighter.
No, it's Lamplighter.
Or Nico, etc. Like.
So we kind of.
This would be in relation to cameos and Easter eggs, but people were more specific about this version of the question.
Yeah,
will the character appear?
Yeah, but we kind of already answered that question. If it makes sense, if I could find a space for it, and if it doesn't like increase the scope of the game too much, then sure. Like the main problem is that Margin has a lot more intentional areas. Like it's not because I want to make the graphics a bit more unique, right? Because the one-shot graphics were for the city, especially, were kind of generic. They repeat after a while. I do want to make Margin look a little more intentional, which means that like some of the maps are gonna be like a bit more limited. So it's gonna be a little harder to find spaces to put a certain cameos here and there.
Yeah. As in, like, obviously, like, with the amount of time we have and the amount of characters we're making for this project.
Yeah,
it's not going to be easy to just place people everywhere.
It's a huge game as is.
Yeah, so no guarantees on anything regarding one-shot or Rip cameos.
Yeah.
Okay, 71st Frick asks, would Link be cracked at... Would Link be... say Link, sorry. Would Link be cracked at Fortnite?
If we raise $1 million, yes. Well, I will personally commission someone to make like a 3D animation of Lane doing the default Fortnite dance.
Oh my god. In relation to this, guy in the Discord asked, will Margin the Strange make it to Fortnite?
Oh, you should get Carlos to animate.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh god!
Oh my god! Yeah, like I said, if we if we raise $1 million, I will pay. I don't know what was a good.
However much Epic. I don't know. It's more like Epic has to go to you. So if you know anybody at Epic Games, we could probably ask them if we want to have Lane shooting like a star,
god,
assault rifle or something. Like, that would be my main character because I just main Ryu. in that game. Yeah, I think somebody already did fan art of Liam with like a sniper rifle. So just imagine that, but like actually a thing that's real.
Hey, does that make him a gunslinger?
Yeah.
He's a gunslinger.
It'll be like when Naruto's in Fortnite and he does the gun summoning jutsu.
Oh my god, I love that. That's like still the funniest thing that Naruto and Fortnite has ever done.
God.
Yeah.
All right.
Venusian Venus asks, what would be each character's favorite food? For the mobs, that would exclude sugar water. So I guess you're not allowed to say sugar water for the mobs.
So the moths have their mouths are shaped in such a way that they can pretty much only eat liquids. So they,
I guess sugar water has to be the only answer, right?
No,
alcohol.
No solid food for the little moths. Sorry.
How about salt water?
Salt. I guess that could help them get their electrolytes. In fact, yeah, salt licks are a thing that butterflies get. Yeah, butterflies sometimes eat meat just because they need sodium.
Yeah.
See.
But obviously alcohol, right? Surely they can drink.
Yeah, I guess so.
A rum chata?
I guess they. I mean, in real life, alcohol will kill them. But this is a fantasy species. They're more like fairies than actual moths. So whatever, they can get drunk. It's fine.
They can get drunk if they want. Don't feed moths alcohol, kids.
Yeah, don't feed moths alcohol in real life. They will not survive, and that will be very bad. It will be a weight on your conscience forever.
What about the rest of the characters?
Rest of the
humans?
characters? I'll leave that a little surprise for now. It's not a spoiler, just a surprise.
Okay, that's good.
So how many of the other characters are you giving alcohol? Is that the question?
That's not the question.
All right, that's
Omega the boy asks, will Lean stare at a lamp?
There's a lamp in your room. In fact, when are we posting that footage, Chi?
At some point.
The Waking World footage. Is that scheduled for tomorrow?
I think.
Yes, you will see laying on the lamp tomorrow.
Yes. You'll see Lean in the lamp tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. And then yes, there's gonna be more gameplay footage tomorrow. Yippee! It'll be on Twitter and also on Discord. So, and then we have one last question from our pool of questions that we've had. I know people ask more questions, and if we have time, we can get through those. But this is the question that I compiled before the stream started.
Okay.
Arcade asks, "Are the characters romanceable?" They asked this in a half-joking tone. So,
romance isn't really gonna be a focus in Margin the same way that One Shot is. Or sorry, it's the same as One Shot. One Shot has romance. Yeah, One Shot is totally a dating sim, guys. You heard it here first. Just because like One Shot doesn't really have like that much focus on romance and stuff. So I don't know how much. Yeah, I don't know how much Margin will have either, just because I suck at writing it. I'm not.
you can ask me. I've done nothing but write gay romances for probably the past few years of my life.
Yeah, like people who are familiar with me know that I'm like, I ship things very infrequently, I guess. Like most of my fandom activities are like stuff to do with like, I don't know, theorizing and stuff. It's like, whatchamacallit? I would
crafting.
theory, yeah, that some things like that. Yeah, like it's just that shipping is just something that I'm not very good at, for the lack of a better term. the harem art from back in the day. Yes, that was a joke. But yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure like half of the characters are on that list isn't even eligible, especially now Ling's kind of like a different age than he is now. Like Ling and Amaranth is definitely not a thing anymore, because there was a brief time in the story's development where those two are kind of close in age, but they have a very different dynamic now because Ling's in his 20s and Amaranth is still a teenager. So yeah, no, that would be weird.
Yeah. If you want more sapphic romances, I worked on a game called Noise Starlight, and I wrote gay in it. So check that out if you need that. So there's that. That's all the questions we went through. We are a little past the time that we've had, but we can answer any additional questions if you feel like it, Knight. I don't know what your current feeling is.
Okay,
You
yes,
feeling?
I am feeling it. I'll just blitz through the rest of it. Okay, so
Yeah, so we went through all the extra questions, so okay, I'll go for a few on Discord, and if there's any that come up in the chat, we can.
wait,
pick
there's
through.
the unsure if we can answer the questions. I think I can. I'll just read them out
I
loud.
deleted those, but I can check this out for you.
Okay. Oh, I have them in front of me. I made a copy
Yeah.
of it. All right.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so someone said earlier you mentioned on the art stream that Iskai no longer has that name. What's her name now? I'll just reveal it in the game. Sure. It'll probably be
You'll find
easier.
on the game.
Yeah. So, how many distinct characters are planned for this game? Quite a lot. Not a crazy amount, but enough to be interesting. All right. Are any of your old concepts of characters from the Margin project gonna be making an appearance in the game? Most of them are in the image. Yeah, most of them made it. I think only a couple of the characters have been cut from the story altogether. A couple of them are gonna be in the sequel, and I think
Sequel.
yeah. Well,
Hold your horses. We announced the sequel yet.
remember? Well, like I said, like potential sequel. How's that? This
Yeah.
yeah.
They're saved for a future concept. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
Let's not confirm we're making a sequel right
yeah,
now.
we're not making. I don't know. We'll be able to, but yeah.
Next week is the Kickstarter for Margin 2.
The Margin 2.
No,
yes.
no. Oh my god.
All right, say someone asked, are there any Geneva convention violations during development? Why do you think the cross on Link's hospital bed is purple instead of red? We are not violating.
That's a Geneva convention that we've had to avoid violating. So
You can make the cross basically any color other than red. Also, does it apply to games, or are we just doing it just to be safe?
It does apply to games.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah,
like
has to be in, like, real life.
Games have gotten in trouble in past about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think Halo or some game had to
Halo
change
changed it to blue.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I think Borderlands also had gone away with it for a while.
Right.
That also was a red
Yeah.
grass.
And most people just change it to green, but just any color that's not red. Wait, does pink count? Is pink close enough to red to count?
Pink is a more romantic heart, so surely that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if pink would count. I think they like red.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, let's okay. Sure, we could go through a couple more Discord or whatever questions.
Yep. Somebody asked in Dev Q&A if the Hello Penguin will be a Margin, but I guess that's mostly in relation to cameos. So
Yes.
for the record, we do not have the IP rights for that thing.
Yes, that is not our IP. For One Shot, we asked for permission because one of the programmers for Hello Penguin is also who also voiced Hello Penguin, also wrote for the author in the World Machine edition.
Yes.
Noxit is very cool.
Oh yeah, Noxie worked on that version of the game. That's pretty sick. Ezra asked if every dream world will be handcrafted or will there be some semi-random procedural generation?
Handcrafted.
No. What's the word? No roguelike.
No roguelikes.
Margin.
I mean that would make sense, honestly, but it feels a little out of scope for what we're doing.
Nothing helps you get lost in the dream world like the dream world is
Right?
changing every time you go to it.
Right? I mean, like I said, I could see that system making sense, but it definitely would need to be yeah, the graphics will probably not look as good if they're randomized, to be honest. But yeah, it definitely be mostly handcrafted. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think we can do 2 more questions.
Sure.
So, Ryan, my guy asks, what VSTs do you commonly use in FL Studio? Anything different in Margin versus One Shot?
Okay, so I love a good citrus because that's the one that's easiest to find. Will there be any differences in Margin versus One Shot? I know I've installed a couple of different VSTs since then. I think for One Shot I didn't even use that many sound fonts. Wait, no, I definitely used sound fonts at the end of the development. I've added a couple more since then, like the Synth 1 kit. I'm pretty sure Synth 1 was used in Yumineki. It's a very common Japanese one. And depending on if we reach our stretch goal of I think it was 180,000. Yeah, that's when I will allow me to buy my first upgrade for myself, which is some new instruments and probably also a newer version of FL Studio. Yeah, because like I think I just kind of let it slip that like yeah, most of this Kickstarter money will not be for me. Like I'm not even paying for myself. All of this budget is for like other people. So like, but after I could make sure like I could like compensate the programmers and artists for like making the base game, then like I'm probably like gonna spend some money to upgrade my music.
Okay, last question. I'm covering Sapphire Bandit's questions. Sorry to anybody else who has questions. We'll answer those sometime in the future or another time. Will there be puzzle slash detective aspects like in the game, and what manner? So like I guess like what are the adventure game elements like here?
It's hard to say because detective games are pretty varied, right?
Yeah, they can be, but I guess it's like whatever. Not just gonna be like traditional puzzles and
Is it gonna be puzzles like Professor Layton?
Oh God, I
or
mean
is it
that was
puzzles like Ace Attorney. Those kind of puzzles.
wait. Ace Attorney had puzzles.
Yeah, I mean it's a visual novel with puzzles.
I
You have to select the right. You have to select the right item at the right time.
like
I think that's a puzzle.
the logic in Phoenix Wright is so weird. Like
Yeah, but I mean the logic in most adventure games can be pretty weird. If you play
I
like a Monkey Island game.
oh my God! I don't bring up Monkey Island, okay? I have I was so in like the freeware one shot, it was the puzzles were like a bit more inspired by Monkey Island, and a lot of people had trouble with it.
Oh.
Yeah, so like
yeah.
we toned things down a lot for the Steam release. In fact, that was like one of the contentions during development. It was like this. I was like, this puzzle follows no logic. But then as I was like, but Monkey Island is it? I'm just like, but how many people play Monkey Island? Because in the demo, like the remote was like hidden, which is like it was like hidden under your carpet, and it was like barely visible. So you were like that was like kind of throwing you into the deep end right away. But in the Steam version, yeah, remember that? Yeah, in the Steam version.
I do remember that. Yeah.
So in the Steam version, I not only like took it outside of the carpet, I also made it shiny.
You made a flash.
Just in case, But yeah, I probably say like there will be some puzzles about the same level as the non-meta games in One Shot. That was a plan. You also like explore and find like new hints and stuff like in typical like narrative in typical like adventure game fashion. Well, yeah, there will be. It's not a full on detective game, just like it's not a full on farming sim. It's a lot of things.
A lot of things, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Hopefully not nothing.
Yeah.
Definitely something.
Definitely something.
Margin of something.
Margin of the something. All right. I think we good now?
Yeah, I think that's it. I know there's a lot of people with additional burning questions. As always, if you have questions for us, feel free to ask them in the Margin General channel on Discord or on our Kickstarter. And if we can answer them, we'll get the chance to do so when we can. Obviously, we're still really busy on stuff for the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to everybody who's tuned in, especially this late in the night, to go for all the questions of us. I know somebody is putting together a summary as well. That's really awesome. Thank you for doing that for the rest of the community.
Thank you so much.
Yes. This will be a VOD on Twitch for a while. We'll talk about archiving the VOD elsewhere so people can still like go back to it in the future.
Sure. I mean, I can just highlight it on my Twitch, but yeah.
Yeah, you could probably just do that. So you could go back to it on nightMargin's Twitch at any time. So, yep. Thank you so much for coming by, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming. And what's gonna be our next stream? I'll probably like stream something unrelated to Margin, because I know I'm behind on Sky. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably be doing another stream around like the final like hours of the Kickstarter.
Yeah, the final.
We'll probably be doing like the final hours where we're all chilling.
Yeah, the final countdown. Yeah.
And the final countdown. So that'll probably be the next time you see us streaming. Otherwise, take care, everybody. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you, everybody. And let me see who's online for me to raid. Twitch.tv. Let's see. Is Thor here? Oh, I guess I could write. Oh, shoot. Oh, gosh. Tui is streaming grown-ups art, so I'm just gonna take you to ferrets.
Ferrets, yay. Yeah, are you allowed to stream grown-ups art on Twitch?
depends on the warning, but we probably shouldn't throw our audience there. So.
Yeah,
Probably not.
yeah, definitely not. So I'm just gonna
Yeah.
take everyone to look at little animals, little critters. All right, bye.
Bye. All right, is that it? Looks like that's it. Whoa, that's
Bye.
fun.